Hello, beautiful Pisces. This week's reading is one of the most beautiful ones that I've ever done for you. It's about receiving, releasing, and then becoming. I really want you to be here and to really listen and receive this beautiful message. So if you want to, let's tune in and I'll dive right into that for you. Hello and happy beautiful Sunday to you, my beautiful Pisces. Look at this. Look at this stone. This was given to me by a friend. It is called a chrysocolla. I think I'm saying it right. I'm not sure. I had never heard of this stone before she gave it to me. And I'm going to make you aware of something. And it's so funny, right? When I got it, I called back to her and I said, look, there's a whale here. There's the tail fin. And the body that goes all across the eye right here, right? Can you see it? And if you look, you can see it go all the way up like here. See? Like the big whale face, the eye, the mouth. And then she came back and said, I see a woman with her arms open. And I said, I don't see it. And then I turned it and there she is. Do you see? Opened up to the sun with her head back and her body bent. Like open up receiving something. Isn't it fantastic? It's just beautiful. All these things. You know, this is the magic of being who we are. Pisces, we see the most beautiful things. I think the most important part, though, is to be present for it. So, let's see. Let's take a look. Let's do the Celtic cross like we usually do. Let's take a look at the cards. I think I might just put them all down and we'll take a look at them. Ooh. Oneness. This is a card that is part of this deck, but not part of a basic tarot deck. You know, it's not part of the 78 cards. This one was added by the creator. I love this. I love oneness. Oneness feels so great. It just says it all. Let's have the block for the week. Let's see what the block might be. Temperance, balance. Balance in the oneness is going to be difficult. Okay, so we'll see some more. We'll see some more. It could mean that. It could mean other things. I suspect it doesn't. The grounding is the Five of Swords. Okay. The Crown is the Action of Swords in the recent past. The Two of Pentacles. Ooh, in the future. Look at this. Look at that. I'm just going to move that for here. Awakening. All right. How others see you, the Moon. How you see yourself. I always love these two cards because I always feel like, I always say that, but I feel like it's a projection, right? We go out there and we think we're projecting something. So this is like getting, you know, a survey done and they're saying, well, they see you as this. And you're going, that's strange. That's not what I was trying to put out there. So I always like that. I always like to see if they match up or, you know, they're seeing you as different because nobody's in your body. Nobody knows what you're going through, right? It also helps you understand reactions to people. Okay, so you are going through Five of Wands, the Moon. Okay. Yeah, I feel a little confusion with those. I'll tell you right away. That's what I felt. I felt like there's a little bit of confusion when it comes. They might be splitting apart a little bit. Your hopes and fears, the Fool. That's quite the card to get in that kind of placement. And the outcome? We'll leave it open-ended, right? Oh, there's two and one that came out. It's this one first and then this one second. Like, because it was further down in the deck. It's like it turned further down. Don't worry, I'm going to put the cards up to the screen when we're talking about them. All right. So because this card, although it says a lot just with the one word that comes in, right? Oneness kind of just says it all, doesn't it? I am going to find it here. Oh, and it fell right on, upside down, but right here, I didn't have to do anything. It's like, ta-da! Of course it's ta-da! Just makes me feel all magic-y on this beautiful Sunday. That's it. Is that even a word? Who cares? I made it up. Okay, magic-y. Blissful feelings, infinite love, divine healing, transcendence, and ascension. Ooh, this is really good, Pisces. I mean, honestly, if you're going to get a card for the week, this has to be really good. Ooh, and I'm feeling it all in the solar plexus. Some of you are going to feel this really loudly. It's going to scream, even hurt a little, okay? It's okay. Just breathe through it like I'm going to do right now. Oh, there's tension there. Okay. Let's see. Oneness is the state of being that transcends the human mind beyond our egos. It is an awareness that we are all intricately connected manifestations of the same consciousness. Oneness feels like a total joy and bliss where time and space do not exist. It is in that empty space between your thoughts where you experience absolute peace, harmony, equality, and unconditional love. It's not something that you can intellectualize, it just is. Have you ever had a moment when time seemed to stand still, or when the sheer beauty of something stopped you in your tracks? If so, then you may have experienced a fleeting moment of oneness. Working with energy, whether it be through healing modalities, intuition, divination work, or meditation, will help you reconnect. As your consciousness expands through these practices, you will be reminded that you are never alone. You are in fact intricately connected to everyone and everything through a unified field at quantum level of your existence. We all go through moments when we forget our oneness. It's part of the human experience. The feelings of connection and innocence you were born with can get clouded by trauma, experience, thoughts, and emotions. Pulling the oneness card is a reminder that your deep connection to everything. Remembering this will help you shift into a space of compassion and love towards yourself, the planet, and others. I understand the temperance card now, I do. While I was reading that, just came in, okay? It's not that temperance is not good. Temperance is wonderful, but temperance is a balance. A balance is a scale. A scale is like both sides of the equation. Oneness has no sides. It's one. Okay? So when you're doing this, when you're trying to balance this oneness feeling, your regularly scheduled programming, we'll put ing at the end, will want to try to resume and balance this out. We'll try to make sense of it. We'll try to intellectually, make it fit. And this, my beautiful friends, is going to be a little bit difficult to do. Because while balance is a beautiful middle place to be in life, it is a place in life that we use to bring harmony to chaos. Okay? Oneness is not chaos. Oneness is that feeling inside of you that's like connected to what needs to be connected, right? It's being connected to Source. It's being in this beautiful space of just quiet and peace and a glow that just feels right. One of the most difficult parts of being here on the planet is that when we start to awaken and ascend to something more, We have to fight through programming of what we've been taught. Because these do not start integrated or being taught as an integration from a young age, and we're always taught about the polarities, the right, the left, the dark, the light, the yes, the no, which is important, but because it's never taught to just the oneness to be part of that, you know, like, I don't think you can fully integrate it, but to be aware of it so much more than we are, when at a certain point in our lives this comes in and says, we are one, everything is this, and you know, there's a path and you must walk it, and all of that stuff that comes in, and all of the stuff that heals you and fixes you. This always wants to come in to balance something it doesn't understand. So I'd say the kindest thing you can do with this is to observe this coming in. Okay, it's not done in meanness, and it's not done in anything wrong. It's just done in habit. And what you need to do is just go something like, thank you for coming. Thank you for trying to make sense of this. But right now we're dealing with something different. And different doesn't mean that it needs to be balanced. Right now it just needs to be different. Okay? So try that. I'm going to say try that. Yeah, so now the ground and the crown, they really make sense to me when I look at them, because I see here the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, I'm sorry. You're going to need rest with this too, by the way, the Four of Swords coming in, because there's going to be a lot of healing going on. You can't be one without having been going through some kind of healing, okay? So you have the Five of Swords here, and it's speaking of, it's speaking of winning. You are... People who reach this level of understanding and awareness often feel alone. And you're not, though, okay? You're not. Just try to remember that even though not everybody is doing it, people at some level go through moments of awareness. You know, they call them checkpoints in life, changes of life. They have all these nice little human names that they assign to them. I've had an epiphany. I've had these things, okay? So everybody just kind of does go through their own kind of moment. But when it's happening, you can feel all alone on this side of it. You can feel like you're stuck in the shadow of this happiness, because this is you happy. But you're very aware of all the gray around you, okay? Like I said, observe it. Don't let it settle in your mind as if you are alone, especially when you have the card of oneness, which means we're not alone. This is where balance comes in and tries to, but I feel so alone, okay? Remember that, you know, I'm trying to guide you here, but having been or having felt this myself, I know at the moment how difficult it is. It can get very confusing. You have the Moon card here, and that's what it feels like. You feel very open to intuition and everything that comes in, right? But at the same time, you're like facing your fears and dealing with your illusions. So it's very, very interesting to be in this state. One moment you can be filled with the light of spirit and the feeling of understanding everything around you, like in a light, and the next moment you feel a little lost and having these array of emotions that kind of take you over. That's okay, okay? It's okay to sit in it, as uncomfortable as it is sometimes. So, Action of Swords is at your crown, and I'm going to say this. This is going to open you up really fast to what is coming in through your crown chakra, through your third eye. Insightfulness, haha moments, all of that stuff. Okay, get full speed ahead. You're going like right up to the top, capturing that flag. You're going, you know, I'm going places. Even though you feel sometimes a little stumbly over here, a little lost, a little bit emotional, you're going to feel really grand in a way that you feel that the momentum just picked up and took off, right? This is beautiful because I love the colors it brings in here. The light shades of blue, the light shades of pink. I was just recently talking about that. That's what it feels like. When your soul, for me, when it comes in, it feels like pastels. It feels like softness hitting your body. Okay. I've just realized as well that this almost looks like a handshake. I know it's not. I know it's mountains, but it almost looks like two hands shaking. And I feel that it's bringing in you and your, you know, your soul, your higher self, your inner knowing. It's all kind of shaking hands with each other. And this happens when you open. When you crack the door open, more happens. And because we're not just free-flying spirits, we are actually anchored here on the planet by bodies, it can get a little complicated. And it can get a little hard. Honestly, it is. It is. Like, I won't lie to you. Sometimes, you know, you feel like I've rolled up in a ball sometimes crying, but it felt much better after, just to let it out, to let it wash over me and just kind of wash out of me, okay? Tears releases toxins, and that's true even in awakening. It releases things. It's important to listen to your body when it needs to do that. It's saying something. It's saying, I need to release. Please let me release, okay? And I'm talking to everybody here. Everybody. Everybody who needs to do this, okay? Oh, I wish I could just have a little group where, you know, because I can hear some of you going, but Jane, I need a safe space to do it. You know, I will be, wait a minute here. Oh, I've already done my live by now. Maybe I can plan another live soon. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling like this and you really want for me to come on and we can talk about this. I would love to be a space, a very safe space for you to just let me know how you're feeling. When you share it with somebody who understands, you feel connected. You get away from this feeling right here. Okay? Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles here. This is the recent past. Well, this one is about thinking innovatively and I mean in the most basic of terms, it's, you know, adapting to stuff, juggling stuff, making choices, financial, life, whatever. It's juggling life. And I feel that you've done that, but I feel that you've juggled your choices in order to bring forward this transformation that happened here. Okay? And in the near future, let's take a look. You have the Awakening card. I think that's what we've been talking about. It's supposed to be the Judgment card. But this one is more than just this one here, right? This one, it's the light that just kind of settles in. This one has a hand like leaning out, like opening up, almost like releasing stuff as well. And I think that's what's going to happen. You're not going to release it in anger or fear or anything. You're just going to release it in love, okay? And say, yes, you serve me well, and now it's time to go. I'll give you an example of me so that you can understand what kind of stuff I'm talking about. Because sometimes we talk vaguely as readers, and I feel it hits, but sometimes I feel that there's some stuff that can be missed. And I don't want you to be missing anything with this. I recently went through a very, very big shift where I was always a very controlled person for myself, right? I needed to know how things work, what happened, and this and that. And I figured if I organized myself to an inch of my life, I would somehow protect myself from everything. I've recently discovered that is something that was, was a programming that came very early in life from things that happened where I felt I needed to protect myself and then later protect the people that I love, right? I've recently changed or bloomed into somebody who no longer lives there. Maybe one day I will be settled enough to talk about that miracle of transformations that happened to me in the strangest of ways, but it's beautiful. And when I spoke of who I was before, I released her such like this in love. And I said, thank you, Jane, the other Jane, for having been there, for protecting me, for taking me this far. It's like a traveler who was working with what she had and worked diligently at trying to help me out. I didn't banish her. I set her free. And I gave her wings to fly and told her, you can rest now. You can shine now. You can be fine. I'm going to integrate all the great stuff that you did. But some of it I'm going to let go of. And I think that's where the awakening really happens, okay? That's coming up for some of you. Some of you may be going through it right now. There's a lot happening. I have been I always peruse YouTube to see the energies of what's going on. And I'm hearing a lot of that. A lot of that is coming in. We're going to move on to the next one. And this one is the moon. How others see you. Yeah, they're seeing you going through a night. That's quite something. But do you see what's in the middle of the tree here? That's you. And what do owls represent? Wisdom. They're seeing you as going through maybe a dark night of the soul, but they're also seeing you as gaining a lot of wisdom. They're seeing you clue into things. They're seeing your energy change. That's the people who care about you, the people who notice you, not the ones who are running around you with their heads cut off. These are the people that care about you. Or have some caring for you, because we all have acquaintances who notice us more than others, right? So, and it may even be a stranger that you don't know who is fully aware of themselves and can see another being shifting into awareness. So this is really beautiful and a little tragic all at the same time, right? A little pain with your happiness type of thing. There's illusions being broken, confusion being seen through, and a lot of intuition coming in. How you see yourself? Ooh la 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 la. 5 of Wands. Look at you. You're fighting the good fight. This is as much as I'd want to use in that one, because I do feel that in this awakening, you sometimes feel like you're in the middle of a battle, trying to figure something out, right? You're like sometimes feeling like the problems are huge, and then you're trying to solve them, and you're having communication problem with yourself, right? Mostly with yourself, because you're trying to break down things. But ultimately, you are brainstorming and you are going to find an answer, right? You are going to keep looking and you're going to find compromises. You're going to let go of some things and deal with it later. You're going to find answers to certain things and implement them and go further. Just take it one step at a time. So your hopes and fears. Look at that beautiful light waiting for you. Okay, so you've had the oneness, and you've had the release. Well, that's coming, right? But this is where you're hoping. So both of these are in the future for me. The very near future. I'm hoping for you. And this is you ready to kind of jump in. Okay? To jump into that energy and go, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. The fear in this would be, well, it probably have to do still with your overthinking brain going, ew, this is a dangerous place, right? But I think that by the time you get to this, you will know, because I did. You worked through all of this, and the reason you worked through all of this is to get to this point and know fully what you're getting into. To being able to trust yourself, the universe, and everything around you into this new way of being. I love that. I love that. Really intense reading this week, my beautiful Pisces. It's saying a lot. It's saying a lot. Okay. So, the last one. Oh, I love it. I love it. The outcome. You're gonna... Look at this. Do I really need to tell you? Okay. So, like I said, this was the first card that came in. And then this one came in further down. And I think it's explaining that, you know, this, then the magic, then the creation is coming. And that's okay. But this is a release. Just like the Judgment card, but in a better way, okay? The transformation is complete. You are now soaring a butterfly, and you're not the only one. Look at this. Maybe through this reading, maybe through speaking to others, maybe to listening to other videos about people transforming, because there are people who are putting their journey out on YouTube. They're talking about their transformation. They're talking about their light bulb moments. You will see that you're part of a very, very beautiful crowd of individuals who are now seeing more than the sum of the parts that they were given. Not only that, they're about to start blooming into something gorgeous, beautiful, giving birth to things, integrating the old with the old elephant, the new elephant, right? Putting them together. It's like handing off the flower to the new parts that are going to bloom. See how the color here is kind of seen in the outline? It's beautiful. This is exactly who you were meant to be, okay? Now, I'm going to say this. Not everybody on the planet will have a very easy time of this. For some, because they're unaware of what's happening to them, and they're not open to the change, they may feel a fragment of this and ignore it. Unfortunately for them, this might be a very hard time of year, because they're not transferring energy and letting it go around. There's going to be a very big power struggle within their physical bodies, and it's going to make them, you know, maybe, you know, get sick a little quicker, or be not sick a little quicker, I would say. Just they'll feel the same things that we do, because when I did this, I had a lot of physical stuff happen too. The thing is that because I knew the energy was going through me, I was able to work through it. I was able to work the energy out, and kind of help my body reacclimate to this new upgrade. For people who are this stuff is trying to happen to, they may just feel out of sorts and not great for a while, and not really know what the path is. I would like to send this out to you, Pisces, because I know Pisces are going to watch this, and not necessarily people who are not Pisces. If you could share this with a friend or people that you care, that you suspect might be on the cusp of something, and let them know that, you know, even though it says Pisces on it, it's still for them, okay? It's for everybody on the planet. If they could have Pisces in their charts as well, and they don't even know. Honestly, I think that it's affecting everybody who's open to it, regardless of your sign or your life path number. There's just a big, big shift happening. And it's time that we kind of surround ourselves with it and open it up and let us take us there. Okay? So, I'm going to pull one last card. Yeah. This week is going to be all about boundaries. The thing is, though, if I could just remember what my friend... I just had somebody tell me something about boundaries. Let me see if I can find the book. Maybe they will explain it. We like to think of boundaries as something that hold us in. That's exactly what I'm going to remember now. I'm going to remember. There we go. Yeah. What I'm reading here. Measured guidelines. Respect your limitations. I wish I could remember because I know this is applying right here. But let's just take a look at it. Let me take the energy of it. It will come back to me because I know it's important. Boundaries are not just about limitations. Boundaries are knowing exactly where to go and where we can push. They're good to know. Okay. Yeah, they're good to know. Thank you, Liam. Thank you. They're good to know in the essence that when we see them, we can know whether we can push through them or not. It's a great flag to let us know, hey, there's a boundary here. Did you know? Did you see it? Did you understand it? And is it one that you built or was taught to you? Is it in fact a real boundary? Or is it something that you can stretch past? Absolutely. This applies right here to these two, right? This is no boundaries. This is oneness. This is all. This is everything, everywhere, all the time. But we have boundaries. We have the difference between the two. But what you should do with it is not let it stop you. You should flit around. You should see, is it a real boundary? Okay? Like, I'll give you an example. A real boundary. Jumping off a cliff without anything on, that would be a real boundary, especially when you land. Okay? Maybe not, because then your source again, and that's all good. But if you're wanting to stay on this path, you know that that's a clear, hard boundary, right? You need either chute or some mode of transportation that flies for you to be able to soar like a bird. Absolutely. But one that can be explored is the one that tells you that you're small or not good enough or incapable or just always walking into a room thinking of what's missing. Now, those are boundaries that you can tear down and understand that they were put there maybe for safety or security, but they're not meant to not be stretched and extended. They're meant to be explored. So I hope that this reading really, really touched you and helped you this week. Or I hope it will help you this week. Or, I'm saying it like that because I feel that some of you have already been here. You're already on this journey. It's already happening for you. Okay? You're already feeling it. wholeheartedly. It's in your system. So let me know in the comment section, where are you at? Are you at the beginning? You're not even here. You're not thinking about it. Nothing's happening in your life. Or you've already been going through it. I know I have, quite intensely even. It's been hard to hold on sometimes, especially physically, to all of this. Of course, everything else in my energy is just eating this all up, but the rest of me is just, wow, hang on to something, you know? But let me know what it feels like for you. Is it a small little download that gave you insight, or is it a big thing that just kind of taking over all of your time right now? I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to leave you some beautiful channels that I own. I have Life Path Number, I have Soul Awareness, and I have Tarot Guide with AI. Now, I've noticed you guys haven't gone to that one. There's a beautiful video in there that talks about some really incredible technology with spirituality, and it's from a video I listened to, and then I had almost like an hour-long discussion with AI about it. It was truly beautiful and inspiring, and I feel really shows where we can go if we learn to expand. So I'd love it if you give it a watch, you know, give it a look-see. Put some you know, headphones on and really listen, and you're going to see it's quite remarkable, actually. Over here is a playlist, or not a playlist, a video of something you might like. Next, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next video, of course. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings, as always. Pisces.